fucking hot. Holy shit, it's hot as out here. Jesus fucking Christ. Holy fucking shit. Where the fuck did my phone? What the oh my god, where's my Hi friends, welcome back. How are you guys? How are you guys doing today? I hope you guys are having a good day. Okay, I'm like really hot in here. I'm like, what am I saying? A good week. It's like hot in here. There's no AC. Jeez. Alright, I'm excited to get into today's video. Today I'm going to be creating a look with ColourPop's California Love palette. I know that ColourPop is like a really popular brand already, but I honestly have never used their stuff before. I'm very much like in my own bubble, like whatever I like, that's what I'm going to use, and I'm so not used to dipping into other brands. So I wanted to try this palette because there's so much hype behind ColourPop, and I just wanted to see if the hype was, you know, real. So I'll be letting you guys know on some real shit if this palette is worth adding to your collection. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so I've already prepped and primed my face, eyebrows, eye primer, the whole thing. Already did it. So first I want to talk about the packaging that it came in. This is what it looks like. Okay, so it has like palm trees on it, so I'm assuming obviously they're going for like that Southern California, like West Coast vibe with the palm trees on the front. And the palette is basically the same thing. The vibe I'm getting from this palette is very much warm tones to kind of like, I guess, act as like a sunset. That's what I'm getting from it. I already created a look with this palette. I kind of did the same thing on my Instagram where I created a couple looks and then I asked which one you guys would rather see me recreate on this video, and I'm going to pick the one that got the most votes. Okay, so I actually was really sad because like no one voted for the other one until I mentioned that no one voted for the other one, and then someone voted for the other one. All right, so of course, like always, I'm gonna go in with my favorite brush that I feel like I always start my looks off with. This brush, it is the Morphe brush with the pen like tip, and the first color that really stood out to me was this one right here. It's called Gold Rush. That one really stood out to me because I love very warm colors that have like an orange undertone. I really like colors like that, so I knew that I wanted to use that one, but I wanted to obviously go in with a darker color to add more depth to it. So I'm gonna go in with Mission. I'm gonna create kind of like a winged eyeshadow look, so I'm gonna create that shape using this brush. So I'm starting off in my inner corner above my lid and taking it above my crease. So it should look something like that. Then I'm going to go in with Highway 1, and I'm just going to go over that brown. So I really like this Highway 1 color, really pretty. So I'm using this to diffuse the harshness and the dark color that I just put down. Just kind of diffuse it so it'll be easier to transition into our next shade. So now we can go in with that color that I really wanted to get into. We can go in with the Gold Rush. So I'm going to use like a more, so I'm going to go in with a more compact blending brush like this. And I'm going to dip that into Gold Rush. And I'm just with light pressure, I'm going to start going in circular motions. Now it's okay to go back in to some of these colors that you already put down. I just want to blend out this two-tone look right here, so I'm going to go in with my in-between shade and kind of help blend these two colors together. So now I'm gonna go in with my go-to blending brush with this fluffy Sigma brush, and I'm gonna go in with Sequoia. It's this color right here, and I'm just gonna go above this color that I just put down. If you guys want to make your, if you're doing a warm eyeshadow look and you're using like a very, if you're using like an orange tone, brown, or anything like that, add a yellow tone to it. Like when you're done with it all, it'll give it like that glow, and it always looks super, super nice. It helps make it look glowy for one, and it also helps blend out any kind of lines that you have, because the yellow is really not dark enough to create any kind of harsh lines, but it's still enough pigment to kind of blend everything out and just looks really pretty. Alright, so now I'm gonna go in with my LA Girl Pro Conceal in Creamy Beige, and I'm just gonna cut my crease, and I'm gonna start above my lid and go above my crease line. Alright, so it should look something like this, okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to go in with that dark brown again called Mission. And I'm going to use this rounded flat liner brush. It's a Morphe brush. And we're going to do kind of like a little winged liner with the eyeshadow. So I'm going to start off here, and I'm just going to pat it onto my lid. Very close to my lash line. Just pack it on there. You don't have to sweep or anything like that. So now, like, once you get out here to the outer corner, it's when you're gonna start picking up a little bit and start going into that shape of a cat eye. And if you mess up, you can take that flat liner brush that we used for the concealer and just kind of shape it a little bit, because I want it to be in the same shape, like almost parallel to this shape that we did up here. So it's not going to be perfect. It's not supposed to look perfect either. If you want, you can go in with some concealer and clean up this line, but as far as the liner up here, what we're going to do is we're going to smudge it out anyway, so it doesn't need to be perfect. So just kind of go back and forth with it like that. Start kind of smudging it out. I'm going to go in with a brush that has a more pointed tip, so I can kind of have more control over my brush, so I can kind of just smudge it out wherever I want. Let's talk about these names. First of all, these names are like, I've never heard of some of these names, so I'm assuming some of them are like street names, or I don't know, but like Cahuenga? I don't even know how to pronounce that. Alright, so now that we have this kind of just like set up like that, I'm gonna go in with my concealer. I got like so dark this summer, or I didn't get that dark, but I got dark, and so like I feel like my foundation doesn't even like match me anymore. Like my concealer is like way too light for me now. This hormonal acne is just disrespectful. I don't know what's going on. I'm like trying to fix that. Been drinking my water, been washing my face twice a day like I'm supposed to. Alright, so now that I have my concealer down, I use some of the concealer to straighten out this wing line so that it'll be more clean down here around the bottom. Now I'm going to go in with El Capitan. I don't know if that's also a street name too. I don't know where that comes from, but okay, sure. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna wet this pigment because I love wetting my shimmers before I use them. Probably don't need to, but that's just me, I'm extra. And I'm gonna just go and press the pigment with my finger. You don't have to use your finger. You could do it with a brush, you can do it however you want, but I like to use my finger. Just like that. And we're just gonna do it on the lid. We're not gonna bring it out to the rest of the wing. I like how they have the bay on here, but I mean, all these pretty colors. Honestly, like being from Northern California, being from the Bay Area, like they have to have the bay on here. If they didn't have the bay on here, I would feel disrespected. I would feel some type of way. But I just feel like if you're gonna have the bay on here, like it should be like a shimmer color. Like the bay is like, what the hell is that, you know? This is like a transition shade. This is not like the bay. If it's gonna be like, because it's like a culture all in its own, it needs to be like this or like this, like something with just more like, you know, pop, or I don't know. This is like too boring to be the bay, but you know what, we appreciate it regardless. I'm just being picky. Like the bay better be on this palette. All right, so now to fill in this area right here, and especially because I do have hooded eyes, I always tend to get this crease, so it just doesn't really, I just feel like I need like a shadow there or something to kind of keep my makeup from creasing. So I'm gonna go in with Cruisin'. This is color here, and I'm gonna go in with this little flat brush, and I'm just gonna put it in this area right here. This is optional, of course. You don't have to place a shimmer down over this area. I know that like there's a lot going on here, but I am extra when it comes to my makeup. Ask about me. This is very much like a summertime vibe, like with the warm tones and the shimmers, the bronziness. This is like a very, like, to me, they really did capture like that summertime vibe with this palette. And I'm gonna go in and put a highlight at the inner corner because that is what I do. So for my lower lash line, I am gonna go in and put this Gold Rush color. I just feel like it'll give it some warmth. Alright, so now I'm gonna do the rest of my face and I will show you guys the final look. And there you have it. So final thoughts, is the product worth it? Yes. In my opinion, yes. I think this palette captured the vibe that they were trying to go for, like California, West Coast, palm trees, sunset vibes, and I really think that this palette captured all of that. The formula of the shadows was A1. It was pigmented, easily blendable. The colors were rich and warm. I really liked it. If you're a simple makeup girl, this is the palette for you, honestly, I think. If you like neutral, warm tones, this is also the palette for you. I really like this palette. And honestly, for the price of like $18, because this thing was like $18, like, girl, please, like, I'm getting this palette. This is a 10 out of 10 must buy for me. And I know I'm like hyping them up right now, but ColourPop definitely has a new customer in me, and I'm not even sponsored by them. ColourPop, just saying. So if you guys do happen to purchase this palette, I would love to see what you guys create with it. Tag me on your pictures on Instagram. I want to see what you guys do with this palette, because I can think of like a million different things. All right, thank you guys so much for watching and taking the time to watch my video. I'm a small channel. I know I have a small platform. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys that takes the time to watch my video. It does not go unnoticed, trust me. Like, I really appreciate the support that I've gotten from strangers, that I've gotten from friends and family. Thank you guys so much. All right, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on my Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.